Did you notice the Celtics are still the best offense in the NBA despite missing over half their starting lineup from their 2024 championship run? But how do they keep getting away with it? And what changed this season? Coming into this season, most assumed the Celtics would take a gap year, that there was no chance this version of their roster could compete. But nearly 3/4 of the way through the season, the Celtics are virtually tied for the best offense in the NBA. And they've done that without Drew Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis, Luke Kornet, Al Horford, and most importantly, Jason Tatum, who just finished 4th in MVP voting last season. Now, when Joe Mazzulla was named head coach of the Celtics in 2022, his tactics and approach were relatively unknown. But over the course of the last 4 seasons, including a championship run, it's become abundantly clear that Mazzulla loves math. And that approach has borne fruit for the Celtics, who have ranked either first or second in the NBA in offensive rating every season under Mazzulla. In fact, math has led the Celtics to own 3 of the 10 best offensive ratings in NBA history under their enigmatic head coach. But do you know what the math actually tells you? Possessions are precious. Let me explain. Getting the most out of any offensive possession is the key to everything Mazzulla wants from his team, and that starts with the 3-point shot. 3 is greater than 2. If you extrapolate that over the course of a 48-minute game, chances are you score more than your opponents. Over the course of a regular season, you're an elite offense. And the important thing to note here is the output. The Celtics have been either first or second in 3-point attempts every year under Mazzulla. And this doesn't just apply to them. 7 of the 10 best offenses in the NBA right now are in the top half of the league when it comes to 3-point volume. The difference is the Celtics are just consistent about making their shots. Since 2022, when the Celtics have shot 35% or better from 3, they've won 88% of those games. When they've shot under 35%, they only won 49% of the time. What does that show you? Well, if you take more threes and you're good at making them, there's a pretty good chance you're going to win the game. But it's not just enough to take and make threes. The Celtics also maximize their offensive possessions by slowing down the pace, limiting turnovers, and crashing the offensive glass. Boston is 5th in offensive rebounding percentage in the NBA, with Queta and Garza both ranking in the top 30 in offensive rebounds. The Celtics are 2nd in turnover percentage, only behind the Oklahoma City Thunder. You see the formula, right? More offensive rebounds equals more possessions. More possessions equals more 3-point attempts, which equals more points. And by taking care of the ball, you're not conceding any possessions and turning it over. But here's the catch. While the results for the Celtics have been the same, constantly churning out elite offensive performances, the process this season has had to be redesigned. In years past, with both Tatum and Brown, the Celtics leaned on isolation-heavy basketball, forcing the defense to collapse and create an advantage from there. Now, the Celtics run more pick and roll, leaning on their guard trio of Peyton Pritchard, Derek White, and Brown as both ball handlers and screeners in action. Pritchard and Brown particularly are enjoying elite season scoring in the mid-range area. The Celtics are 5th in mid-range frequency this season, with 34% of their shots coming there. For context, they were ranked 29th in the past 3 seasons under Mazzulla. As a result, the Celtics are the 3rd best pull-up shooting team in the NBA. All of this is what makes this Celtics team, and by proxy, Mazzulla's ingenuity, so impressive. Mazzulla has adapted his technique to suit the skills of his players without sacrificing his tried and true recipe of winning the possession battle. The results? The Celtics are one of the best teams in the NBA, even without Tatum. And yes, Tatum could come back this season to add to all of this. And I'm sure Mazzulla has a plan for that too.